Alright YouTubers, welcome to part 1 of the video series on the Invictus AT, Train 365, and Prometheus Design Works. Sporting the Terravantium Dendric Cobalt steel, which is, or not steel, blade material. Talk a little bit more about that in the second video. This is more going to be just a quick introduction. Again, this is not a steel, it is an alloy. It is 100% corrosion resistant. So, really unique stuff. So, we're going to test it with the factory edge, see how it does, and then going to do a follow-up video after I put my own edge on it with the wicked edge and see how it does as far as edge retention, those kind of things. And then I'll do a wrap-up in that video. So, stay tuned for some edge. If you're not into edge, testing of knives and seeing how they cut and edge retention and stuff, then watch the second video. I think there's a little bit of that in as well, but this is mostly going to be use and testing. But I will tell you, this is because I'm filming this after I've already filmed all the footage. This is a fantastic knife, so I think you guys will be interested. And this blade material, not steel, is very interesting stuff. So stay tuned. Alright, so this material is interesting. Like, it's definitely not sharp anymore. Won't cut through paper, but it cut through that apple without any issues at all. And it's a little toothy still. It's really kind of strange. I don't know how to explain it to you guys. So it's different than normal steel. So edge retention wise, this is just an estimation based on what I've cut. It's definitely not 20 CV. I cut more with this, and it's still super sharp, and not more, but about the same, or at least about the same amount of cardboard with this Hogue, and it's still razor sharp. I mean, it's still shaving. So it's still shaving sharp, right? So it's not up to 20 CV. I would probably call it around, if I had to just guess. Again, this is all just guesstimation here. And I may send it off to one of the testers that likes to do the cardboard cutting tests and stuff. See what it does, but I would say probably even less than S35, maybe like S30, around there. So not bad edge retention. I don't even, it could be worse, honestly. I'm not terribly impressed. Let's put it that way. If I were to buy this knife, I would buy it. I like the knife a lot. This is more about the steel, or not even the steel, the blade material, because it's not steel. I would prefer this knife in M390 or S35 or something like that, and I would really dig it. And I really do dig the design a lot. Like, super comfortable under hard use. I want to say hard, well, pretty hard use. No play. Very solid lockup. Super smooth action on ceramic bearings. It's all, it's all titanium. Obviously, with this blade material, it's non-magnetic. With M390 or something, it would be, but I'm not really concerned about a knife being non-magnetic. More about performance and edge retention. So this, I mean, yeah, that's not even come close to shaving my hair. So the next thing is to see how it sharpens. It doesn't sharpen like normal steel. Mr. Vagnino told me that he said he hit it on Arkansas stones a few times each side, and it was back to sharp again, and I just don't believe that. But I asked how to use a wicked edge, and he said don't create a burr. So interesting. We're gonna have to figure out how to sharpen this effectively, because right now it's not gonna cut much. It's pretty, but here's the funny thing. It'll still cut through cardboard pretty easily. Not easily, but decently, right? So it's got, I don't know. It's kind of perplexing in my mind. It's nothing like I've seen before. So we're going to see how it's like to sharpen it, see how it sharpens up, how long it takes, that kind of stuff. We may just use the ceramic stones of the sharp maker, because he said to use a medium Arkansas stone. I would imagine that the medium ceramics on a sharp maker are pretty similar in coarseness. I didn't really necessarily want to bring up the diamond stones, so we'll see, because that's all I have for my wicked edge is diamond, and the Viper Sharp here is also diamond. Maybe I'll just go a higher grit diamond, not create a burr, just, I don't know. It seems counterintuitive to sharpening. Like, everything I've ever learned about sharpening is you create a burr, but this isn't steel, so it has to be treated a little differently. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's an interesting material. I'm curious to see how it sharpens up, and how maybe I can get a better edge retention out of it after a sharpening. So stay tuned. Okay, I changed my mind. I'm not going to use wicked edge. I'm actually going to use this. This is a, where's my pencil eraser? There it is. Clean off that stone a little bit. But it's the idea behind this knife. It's the terrain, the Invictus AT, all-terrain, meaning it can go anywhere and get wet. It's corrosion resistant, corrosion proof. But it's supposed to hold an edge a long time in the field, right? And this is kind of what I use to sharpen knives in the field. There's a ceramic stone. This is the Work Sharp. I've had it for years. So I'll use this stone here. I'm not going to use the diamond. And this is just a plain white ceramic stone. So curious to see if I can get sharpness back on this guy with this method. Again, not trying to create a burr, just kind of trying to bring that edge back. Surprisingly toothy. Not quite shaving. It's 10 more passes. Ooh, we're starting to get some hairs. Wow, that's actually pretty fast. Yeah, we're starting to shave. So that's about 30 passes, I think, on this. And this is just a fine ceramic. This is not a diamond. This isn't even a coarse ceramic. Yeah, that's pretty toothy. It really never, I mean, it is shaving hair. It's not like tree topping, but it is shaving. Let's see, paper-wise. Alright, well, it certainly takes an edge pretty fast. That's just a light ceramic stone on a field sharpener, and you'd be back in business. That took me no time at all. 4 minutes, roughly 4 minutes, plus talking and cutting, stopping to cut, and now we're slicing through paper again, which we definitely weren't before. So I would say it's not a very hard material. Just drop it a little bit now. But if it's that easy to get back sharp in the field, it's not bad. Yeah, it's shaving. I don't know. I'd say that the ease of getting it sharp again is pretty relative in sharpening when it compares to edge retention. That took no time at all on just a white ceramic stone. I mean, pretty not coarse on this work sharp field sharpener, and it is sharp again. So I'd say that's pretty on par with its edge retention. So it's not like it's like got this amazing edge retention and it sharpens up that fast. That would be awesome. But it does have decent edge retention and it sharpens up pretty quick. So for a field knife, which is kind of what it's designed to do, all terrain, use it in all kinds of, outdoor activities, rain, whatever, it definitely would do a good job because it's not gonna corrode on you at all, and you can get an edge back on it pretty quick. So if you do dull it doing some work, if you had something like this in the field, which I always would, some sort of stone, this in case it's still a white ceramic stone, you could use a diamond, you could, like he said, on Medium Arkansas, one of those like pocket stones from Spyderco, and you'd be back in business. So pretty interesting, guys. I wanted to do a video on this knife. When I saw it at the USN, I thought, man, that's kind of cool. It's different. It's new. Oh yeah, we're back to being plenty sharp. Yeah, I'd say it's different. It's a cool handle material, or blade material, especially because it's 100% corrosion resistance. They literally had this whole entire knife in salt water the entire show. Not this one because I bought it, but one just like it. And they actually, I think, ended up selling that one that was in salt water the entire show, and it never had any sign of corrosion. So I believe the corrosion resistance thing kind of reminds, I'd say it's better than H1. So H1 is a stainless steel that's pretty much impervious to rust, but it doesn't have very good edge retention. This is better edge retention than H1, but probably not as good as LC200N as far as edge retention goes. The corrosion resistance, it's more corrosion resistant, but not quite as much edge retention. But it is easy to get shaving sharp again in the field. So, yeah. Alright guys, tell me your thoughts. What do you think? Knife itself, love it. Absolutely love this design. I'll do more in depth. I may do 2 separate videos on this knife. One about just the design of the knife, not considering the blade material, and then one about more about the blade material. But I tell you, under use, under all this stuff I've been doing, all this cutting, it's super comfortable. Great EDC size, super smooth action. You got this cool. They're not tritium, but they're some kind of glow material on the thumb studs that glow, and that's a cool touch. Just a cool looking and a very sexy knife, very good looking knife. Nice lines. Interesting enough, that thumb stud is a little loose. I just felt that. Doing all that cutting and stuff kind of made that thumb stud a little loose. Interesting. But, I do love the design, and I like the knife quite a bit. Like I said, I probably would just fare with the original version in the, I think it's M390, maybe S35. Let's look it up, why don't we? Prometheus Design Works. It's not in stock right now. Well, maybe it is. Let's see. Let's see what's in stock. I don't think any of their knives are in. Their knives usually sell out really fast, so let's see. ADC tools. Sorry, I should know this. Their website's being stupid. So the Badger, they have the Invictus Auto. I don't see the Invictus on there in a manual folder. That one's 154 cm. What's the Badger? The Badger's a smaller version of this. S35. So I don't know, when they come out with this knife in a different blade material, I would probably go with that versus this. But if you're looking for a field knife that's can meet all those, water is, corrosion resistant, non-magnetic, and has decent edge retention with and really easy to get sharp again. That was really impressive. I spent 5 minutes on a ceramic, basic field sharpener, and was able to get it shaving sharp. So pretty good. Let me know your thoughts, guys. See you next time.